The lid came off the Pandora's box on Monday. A lot of people reached out and said, Mike, I am feeling burned out. I heard from other people who said, I'm past that and I'm really struggling, Mike. And I heard from other people who said this, I'm not burned out yet, but I know that it's coming. Is there anything you can do to help me avert it? And the answer is yep. I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. And today I want to go over 4 things that might help you avert that oncoming burnout because you are feeling stuck. Well, my friends, it's time for you to get unstuck. Number 1. The first way I think you can get unstuck, that feeling that you have right now in your wrestling career, is to change your role. And what do I mean by that? Well, here's an easy one. You are going to promote your own show. You're not going to be a wrestler anymore. Now you're going to be a promoter, and you're going to put all of your creative energies into making that the very best thing that it could possibly be. If it's your first time venturing into that, I want to offer you this. Check out our licensing tutorial just to make sure that you've got all the right licensure or permiture before you go forward in your new career as a promoter. And maybe you know from the top that you're only going to do that one show, but doing that is going to completely change your role within the world of wrestling and give you really valuable insight and maybe help you get unstuck. Number 2. If you're feeling stuck, the second thing I want you to try is change your education. Specifically, I want you to go take a seminar. There's seminars going on all over the world all the time. I know, I teach about half of them myself. There might also be another training facility near you that has a completely different training methodology, but I want you to change up the way that you are learning. Now, I'm not trying to say that the people you're learning from right now are bad. No, I don't know who they are. All I am saying is, by shaking up that pattern a little bit, you might feel reinvigorated. Because anything that kind of maintains a certain pattern after a period of time feels monotonous. It doesn't mean that the people providing it to you are bad teachers. It just means that hearing the same thing taught the same way over and over again contributes to that monotony. And I want you to shake it up so that you aren't feeling stuck. Number 3. A great way to feel unstuck in your wrestling career is to change your perspective. And here's a recommendation that will change your perspective. This book is called Performance and Professional Wrestling, and it's an exceptionally academic examination of what we make and of wrestling history. In fact, it includes a piece by a collaborator of mine, Dr. Laura Katz-Rizzo of Temple University. Performance and professional wrestling will absolutely provide you with a brand new perspective, and sometimes just changing the way in which we see the thing that we make can help you avoid that oncoming burnout. And just referencing that for a second makes me think that perhaps what I'm also going to do to aid you is put together a bunch of recommendations. And in fact, that video will be coming at you here on Till We Make It next week, so keep your eye out for that one. Number 4. And let's avert that onset of burnout by changing your framework. What do I mean by changing the framework? Well, let's think about roughly what professional wrestling is. It's good guys and it's bad guys, arranged most typically through a 3-act narrative structure, and they play out using physical mechanics and high spots to create live combat theater. What are the closest analogies to that still have similar tropes? Well, I can think of 3. Number 1, the Harlem Globetrotters. There are good guys and there are bad guys. Their entire show does flow through a 3-act narrative structure. They just build it with exhibition basketball instead of professional wrestling. And they absolutely use physical mechanics and high spots when they do what only the Globetrotters do. And they're always on tour. In fact, they're so popular, they have 2 separate tours going on simultaneously as they crisscross the globe. Man, they're literal Globetrotters. But this isn't unique to the Globetrotters. It's also true of Cirque du Soleil, the Montreal-based performance art company that also travels the entire world. And guess what? There are heroes and villains in those pieces. There is a narrative backbone to every Cirque show. Sometimes you've really got to pay close attention to find it. And when it comes to high spots, I don't know that there are many people out there that can top what Cirque du Soleil artists do. And even though this last one might seem like it's even further out of the box, the truth is it's probably the most firmly entrenched in our wheelhouse. Have you heard of Marvel Universe Live? It is a collaboration between Feld Entertainment and Marvel, and it too tours the world. It's got more than 25 different characters, all of our favorite heroes and villains from Marvel, and it does tell a unique story that plays out live filled with what could only be termed live combat theater. I've seen the Harlem Globetrotters and Cirque du Soleil and Marvel Universe live, and I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm not even walking out yet, and I've got dozens of brand new ideas that I want to steal from all of them and bring back to the world of professional wrestling. And changing the framework, even though many of the tropes remain exactly the same, might be exactly the thing to prevent you from feeling burned out on pro wrestling. This week I felt a definite urgency about the content I wanted to bring to you, in part because of the volume of response I heard from folks just like you to what's been coming out here on Till We Make It. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications so that every time a new video lands, you're going to get notified. But I want you to know the intended schedule here is a brand new video lands every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm going to do my very best to make sure 3 times a week I'm here for you.